Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today, welcome to game week 14 of the Premier League predictions. We've got some big games this weekend, so make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and let's get into the video. Okay, and the first game is Leicester City against Manchester City tomorrow at the King Power Stadium, kickoff at 12:30. Now, I did watch both Leicester and Man City in the week. Well, Leicester, I watched them on Sunday as they absolutely annihilated Wolves 4-0. Brilliant football by Leicester. Yuri Tielemans, though, what a goal he scored. I think it was on the half volley. Smashed it right into the top left. Oh, what a goal it was. City, though, on the other hand, a 0-0 draw at Dortmund in the Champions League. I thought Dortmund were probably the better team in the first half. You know, Makoko, Ayademi with chances. But in the second half, City got back into it. They did get a penalty. They missed it. But yeah, at the end of the day, a point isn't a bad result. You know, to go to Dortmund away and draw is not too bad. But yeah, and also City are already through to the round of 16 anyway. But yeah, I don't know if Haaland's going to play or not, obviously, because he came off at half time. Apparently, said to Pep Guardiola he wasn't feeling 100%. And apparently, I think he's got like an injury in his foot or something. I don't know what Pep Guardiola said. His press conference was over an hour ago. So I don't know if Haaland's fit to play tomorrow. I have absolutely no idea. But we'll just have to find out tomorrow, I guess. Even if they don't have Haaland, Man City, I still think they are going to win this game. You know, I think them and Arsenal are the two teams that are just unstoppable right now. So I'm going to say Leicester 0, Manchester City 3-0 Man City. Okay, and the next game is Bournemouth against my club, Tottenham. Now, obviously, I did go to the game the other day, and I have to be honest, we were absolutely robbed. We scored a 95th minute winner, and if the goal would have stood, we would have gone through to the round of 16. But of course, VAR has to rule it out. To be honest, it wasn't even offside. Call me biased all you want, I don't care. It wasn't offside. They got the lines wrong. Kane's whole body was behind the blue line, and even when the ball was deflected after, he was still onside. So I think that goal should have stood, in my opinion. Bournemouth, on the other hand, they were probably robbed as well in their game with West Ham, because the goal West Ham scored, it was the clearest handball of all time, and VAR gave it as a goal. And I know it isn't the rule about how close your hand is to your body, but it's clear handball, so the goal should have been disallowed. And so both teams were a bit robbed, to be honest. But obviously, you know, everyone at Tottenham, you know, speak about the Marseille game. This game isn't really as important. The Marseille game is much more important. So I think Antonio Conte won't name his strongest team, because I think he'll be saving the players for that massive game in South France on Tuesday. But obviously, I think we will win. Bournemouth will be it'll be a tough game, but I'm going to say 2-1 to Tottenham. Okay, and the next game comes from the Brentford Community Stadium. It is Brentford against Wolves, and what a disgraceful performance by Wolves the other day, as they got battered 4-0 by local rivals Leicester. Wolves actually played okay, though, in the first few minutes. They created some really good chances from, you know, Daniel Pedence, Diego Costa. I think Hugo Bueno had a really good game. But I think by the time it was 3-0, Wolves just gave up at the end of the day, because there was just no point of them trying to fight back. And, you know, Leicester got the fourth, and it was completely game over by then. And, you know, going to Brentford, I'm not going to lie, Brentford are a very good team. It's quite difficult to go there and win, you know, when they're playing really good football. I know they got smashed by Villa recently, which is a very poor result for Brentford. But I want to come into this game with some confidence, and I think they'll bounce back, Brentford, with a win. Brentford 3, Wolves 0, 3-0 to Brentford. Okay, and the next game is the Graham Potter derby. It is the Graham Potter derby. It is Brighton against Chelsea. Now, if you don't get obviously Graham Potter used to manage Brighton, yeah, whatever. Chelsea, I watched them in the week against Salzburg. They were decent. All three goals were actually really good goals, but Chelsea's goals were outstanding. Kovacic and Havertz, great goals. Obviously, Brighton, they did lose last week at Man City. I'm not really surprised about that. But yeah, obviously Chelsea, I think, they're already through to the round of 16, so I think the next match with Dinamo Zagreb isn't as important, so I think they'll focus on the Premier League for the time being before they are back in the Champions League in February. Brighton, they'll want to win, it's Graham Potter's return to Brighton, it's Mark Cucurella's return to Brighton. Obviously, when we went now, it was Basuma's return, definitely got the best reception, so I don't know what Brighton will give Graham Potter and Mark Cucurella, but I think Chelsea will win. I think, they're on a run of form at the moment. Chelsea, they are unbeaten in their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're unbeaten in their last 9, and they were all under Graham Potter, so Potter hasn't even lost as Chelsea manager yet. But I think Graham Potter will go back to his old club and Chelsea will win. Brighton 0, Chelsea 3, 3-0 to Chelsea. Okay, and the next game comes from Selhurst Park as we move to South London. It is Crystal Palace against Southampton. Now, obviously, Crystal Palace did lose 3-0 at Everton, which is not a good result. Southampton, though, with a big result against Arsenal, and Arsenal to draw against them is probably a good result. If Arsenal fans, they were reacting like it was a loss. They were absolutely fuming. Southampton fans on the other hand were acting like they won. But yeah, Southampton are unbeaten in their last 3. 2 draws against West Ham and Arsenal, and the derby win against Bournemouth. Crystal Palace, they were unbeaten in their last 3, obviously, before they lost to Everton. But, I think going to Goodison Park at the moment is a really tough place to go. I think this game will be a decent game. I'm sure both teams will want to win this game. Palace with, Zaha, Eze, Elise, etc. Southampton with Shay Adams, Stuart Armstrong, Adam Armstrong. This will be a decent game, but Palace at home can be quite decent. So I'm going to back Palace and go Crystal Palace 2, Southampton 0, 2-0 to Crystal Palace. Okay, and the next game comes from St James's Park. It is Newcastle against Aston Villa. Now, first of all, I got a mate of mine who is going to this game tomorrow. He's a Villa fan. He has to get a coach at 5 hours. It's a 10-hour round trip. 5 hours there, 5 hours back. 10-hour round trip. So fair play to all the Aston Villa fans that are going up to St James's Park tomorrow. Newcastle is a heck of a trip, for teams like Brighton, Southampton and Bournemouth, and even a bit of the southern London clubs like Crystal Palace and that. But yeah, just fair play to all the Villa fans that are going there tomorrow. But it'll be a very tough game for Villa. Obviously, they have got a new manager. Unai Emery is at the helm at Villa Park. It's going to be his first game tomorrow, I think. I don't know, is he going to be in charge tomorrow? I'm not sure. It says on FOTMA that Aaron Danks is going to be the manager. I don't know if it is his first game tomorrow or not, but we'll have to find out. But, Unai Emery, he loves the word Villa. He's managed Sevilla, he's managed Villarreal, he's managed Aston Villa, he's also coached David Villa. He's got a coaching staff who's got Villa in it. He just loves the word Villa, to be honest. He probably lives in the Villa as well. But yeah, this will be a very tough game for Villa. Newcastle sadly beat us. I know it's very, very depressing. They sadly did beat us, depressingly. But yeah, I think it'll be a tough game for Villa. Newcastle are a very good team. They're in 4th at the moment. They're doing well. But I'm going to back Newcastle to win 2-1. Okay, and we now move on to the 5:30 kickoff. It is Fulham versus Everton. Now, obviously, I think this will be a decent game. Fulham, they're quite decent at the moment. They're sitting 7th. Everton with a big win against Crystal Palace. But Everton away from home aren't as great. I think it'll be a close game. Everton with Damari Gray, Calvert-Lewin, etc. But, Fulham with Mitrovic, Bobby Reed, etc. It'll be close, but I'm going to back Fulham to win 2-1. Fulham 2, Everton 1, 2-1 Fulham. Okay, and then we move on to a weird 7:45 kickoff. It is Liverpool against Leeds. Now, I've got a mate of Leeds who is not very happy at the moment, as some Leeds fans are questioning Jesse Marsch. How long is he going to remain as the manager of Leeds United? But the board are saying that they want to keep Marsch for the time being. But Liverpool, you know, a big win in midweek at Ajax, massive win to send them through to the round of 16 of the Champions League alongside with Napoli as well. But Liverpool, you know, great way to bounce back after that terrible defeat at Nottingham Forest. But, you know, Liverpool, they're unbeaten at Anfield with a crowd in a long time. I don't know, last time they lost against Crystal Palace in 2017. Too long. But yeah, it's going to be 4-0 Liverpool. Okay, and then the next game is Arsenal against Nottingham Forest. I think this will be a decent game, to be honest. Forest with a massive win against Liverpool, they'll be feeling positive coming into this game, but Arsenal are just unstoppable right now. Who can stop Arsenal Football Club at the moment? Southampton kind of did in a sense, but Arsenal are still unbeaten at the moment. But, you know, Arsenal at the Emirates are quite decent. It will be a very tough game for Forest to go to Arsenal and win. I think Forest will give it a good go, but Arsenal are going to win 4-0. Okay, and the final game is Manchester United against West Ham. Now, Man United, I think they won last night. I think it was 3-0 against Sheriff. I think West Ham won as well, both last night. But, you know, Anthony did this weird spin. I don't know why he kicked out of play. United, though, they're getting their winning form at the moment. It'll be a tough game for West Ham. They're doing well at the moment, but it'll be tough for David Moyes to go to Old Trafford and win. So I'm going to say United 3, West Ham 1. I think United will just be, that'll just be too much for West Ham. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Adios.